All righty, fellas. Coach C here with yet another doozy of a video for you. We just got done talking about how we're going to actually run the mesh play or Maserati. And now it's time to discuss how we're going to drill this fantastic play. One of one of my favorite plays, probably my second favorite play in this offense. Okay. Yes, it's the air raid, but it is my second favorite play, with my first favorite play being Y cross. Okay. But anyhow, let's get into how we're going to drill this thing so that everybody's on the same page. And when it comes time for us to drill it, everybody knows where to go and exactly what to do so that we can get a ton of reps versus a stimulus. So our guys that are meshing know exactly what to do in those circumstances. And when we get together to do the drill, everybody is going to be pretty much involved in some way, shape, or form. All the receivers are going to be involved running their routes. Everybody's going to get a ball. Multiple quarterbacks have the ability to take their drop, and then they're going to have the ability to throw each and every one of the routes that make up this particular concept within this drill. So let's get into the Just Play software yet again. So we're going to go into share, and I'm going to share my desktop. Okay, here we go. And we're going to go back into the Just Play. Okay. And now we're going to discuss how we're going to drill this thing. So I'm going to take a step back, save and exit that. And I'm going to make another copy of this. Okay. So that we can go in and take a deeper dive. Now, formation, purple, right flex, Maserati. All right. I'm going to get rid of some things that we don't need per se to discuss the drill. Okay. We're going to get rid of that. I'm going to use these guys that I already have drawn up. Okay, so C for coach in this instance. Even, okay. And let's see what else I need. What else do I need? Okay. So what we're going to do is we are going to have multiple quarterbacks. I don't need him. If we got 5 quarterbacks, that would be fantastic. That would be fantastic. Okay. And then move him back. Okay. So every one of these guys is a quarterback. All right. Quarterback. Okay. Quarterback. 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 Okay. You want to redo this one. Okay. So we got everything set up. All right. And how we're going to work this is very simple. Okay. And I'm going to color code it if I can, like I've done in the past. Let's say that the border fill, let's say, is red, okay? So that everybody can understand this, okay? And we'll change this color. We'll make this guy, we'll make him blue. We'll change this guy. We'll make him green. We'll change this guy to, I don't know, yellow. I want him to stand out. And we'll change the last quarterback. And let's make him like pink. Okay. So here's how it's going to work. Okay. So we're going to work it in a way where the Y is going to run and set the mesh at 6 yards over the top, slapping left hands. They're going to read these guys as they're going across. Okay. If it's zone, the coach is going to sit. Okay. If it's man to man as he's going across and the Z sees that the coach is following the Y across, he's going to yell out, money, 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 which now tells the Y to stay on the move. And vice versa, if the Y sees this coach following the Z, he's also going to yell out money, 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 and the Z is going to go and continue across, okay? Now, again, everybody's getting a ball, all right? So I'll move the tail back over just a little bit. Okay. The way that it works is the outside, one quarterback's got the cadence, just like in routes on air. All right. They all go together. All right. They're going to take, if you're throwing the rhythm out, so we'll say that this quarterback is going to throw the rhythm out. So he's going to be, this F is going to be yellow. Okay. So, okay. This quarterback is throwing the rhythm out. Okay. To the F. So yellow and yellow. Okay. This quarterback is going to take his drop. Okay. And go through the progression. Okay. 1 to 2. All right. And then he's going to throw to the tailback. Okay. So this quarterback here is pink. He's going to throw to the pink receiver. Okay. Which is the tailback. So he's getting that ball. Okay. Now, the green quarterback, all right, is going to throw to this guy running the mesh to this side. So he'll take his drop, okay? Once they do their thing, they mesh and they determine what's going on, okay? And they get over to this side. The green quarterback is going to throw to the Z, okay? So he'll take his 3-step drop, all right? He's going to go through his progression, all right? High, swing, all right? And he's going to throw to this side of the mesh, okay? So green to green, okay? The next quarterback, same thing. Take the drop, high, swing, all right? Front side, back side. He's now going to throw to the Y coming across after they mesh and determine whether it's zone or it's man based on what these two coaches do. Okay, so the blue quarterback is going to throw to the Y. Okay, he's going to throw to the Y. Okay, so once he comes over, this quarterback's going to get the Y the ball. Okay, and then lastly, this quarterback here, all right, unless he's got the back to his side, all right, he's going to throw the speed out. Okay, so I put the X in orange color. I'll do that in a second. Actually, I want to change it. I want to put, I'm sorry. I want to put, um, the Y as this like red color. All right. Cause I want him to throw, I'm sorry. That's not the right color. It's like an orangey, like it's this one, I think. It's this one. Okay. So this quarterback is going to throw to the Y. And then this quarterback to the inside, 1, 2, 3. Okay. He's going to throw the speed out to this side. So the blue quarterback is going to throw to the X. And I'm sorry that I delayed there. I just want to make sure that I'm teaching it the right way. Okay, so if we go through it, all right, quarterback cadence, 1, 2, 3, whatever the cadence is, Boston, Boston. Okay, bada boom. 3-step drop. Okay, the quarterback that's throwing the rhythm out. All right, it's a catch it. All right, boom. And you're going to rhythm out to the F, running the speed out at 10. Okay. Then the pink quarterback, 3-step drop. You're looking here, and then you're going to turn and throw to the second part of the progression, which is the swing. So the tailback and the swing. Okay. Then green quarterback, 3-step drop, bada boom. All right. After they slap hands, determine whether it's man or zone. All right. You are going to throw to the Z, whether he's on the run or if he's sitting down versus zone and gets a zebra call. Again, he would be reading the man over top of the Y, and the Y would be reading the man who's over top of the Z to determine whether it's man or zone. So again, the green quarterback is going to be throwing here. The blue quarterback, all right, on rhythm, 3-step drop, is looking at throwing the speed cut, all right, on the out, and then 3-step drop by the orange-looking quarterback color. He's going to end up throwing the backside part of the mesh. So it would be the Y, whether he's sitting down or whether he is on the move per se against a man-to-man situation. So that's basically how that's going to work. I didn't want to have the outside guy throw the deep ball because I would have the inside guy throwing, and the deep ball guy might hit his hand on this guy's helmet throwing the deep ball if it was reversed. So I want to try to avoid a catastrophe from happening. So I'd rather have the inside guy throw the deeper route with the outside guy throwing the shorter of the two, and keep it consistent. So that's basically how we would drill. We would drill the mesh. Okay. And then obviously each one of the quarterbacks is going to move. So they're getting reps throwing each one of the routes per se. So those guys are going to continue to move through. So each guy has experience throwing every one of the routes, whether it's the mesh, the swing, or either one of the speed cuts. And that's probably about a 6 to 7 minute period right there of getting nothing but reps. And each one of the backup or next receivers in line would be behind their position, okay, getting ready to jump in there to take the next rep. So everybody's getting reps. Everybody's getting experience running the routes, receiver-wise, and every quarterback has a chance to take their drop and go through the progression and get a ball and then move and throw each one of the routes. So it's a highly effective drill. Guys are running routes. Guys are catching. Everybody's doing something. All right. Quarterback's doing the read, going through his drop, and he's delivering a ball. So we're working on route running. We're working on catching. We're working on the quarterback going through the reads and then getting experience throwing each one of the routes in the concept. So a great all-around type of thing. Now, pre-practice drill for, let's say, it would be for the quarterback and the F, stuff that you guys could be doing in pre-practice. And that would be basically, we're taking a garbage can, okay? And we're putting you in a position. I'm going to save this. I'm going to do something. I want to copy this, save and exit. I want to copy this real quick. Okay. And I want to give like an empty slate here so that it makes sense and it doesn't have a lot of stuff that's in the way. Okay. So what the quarterback can do is, okay, the quarterback and the Fs can do this pre-practice. Okay. And basically what that would be is this. Let's just say, let's get rid of all those guys. Let's keep the yellow guy. No, let's keep the yellow guy. Okay. Get rid of those two guys. Okay. So what you could do is very simple, and I'm going to move him here. Let's disregard this stuff here. And took away the guys that I need. Okay. Let's just do that. Let's get rid of everybody else if I can. Okay, perfect. There it goes. All right, so let's get rid of this. What you guys can do pre-practice is this. Okay, pretend that from here to here is the end zone. I don't know if I can draw a big enough. No, it's not going to let me do that. I don't think. Maybe. Okay, here's the end zone. All right. All right. What you guys can do is very simple. Starting from the 5-yard line out, okay? You guys can work this route concept, which basically would be what the F does, and it's going to cover it. I think there's a way to bring it forward, but I don't know how to do it on this. Let me see. There it goes. Okay. So you're going to work this part of the deal. You got to bring them all forward now. Thank you. And do the same thing here because we want to play games. Okay, there we go. Move that up. Move this up. Fix that. Okay. So let me just put that back. Okay. That right now, guys, that's as good as that's going to get. Okay. So basically what we're working on is pre-practice is the quarterback at the 5-yard line. Okay. With the receiver there. And you're working all these different cuts. Okay, you're working the speed cut. All right, 10-yard rollover, speed out. You're working the high angle corner that aims for the back pylon. Why? Because we are inside the 20-yard line. So you're aiming for the back pylon, all right, when you run this route. Okay, you run your corner. If it's man-to-man, high angle corner. Okay. 10-yard speed out. If we got inside leverage, all right, we want to run that rollover 10-yard speed cut. Okay. Or we could run a fade versus, press. Versus press. So pre-practice, you guys, the quarterbacks and the Fs should be running this type of thing. The other thing that you could do too is you could also work the post, running that short post, especially inside the low red zone, okay? The low red zone area. It's going to give me a hard time because it wants to attach to the thing that I drew, the fake end zone that I drew. So listen, there you can put the post in there too. I'm not going to waste time trying to draw it, but it goes in there. This thing wants to give me a hard time. Okay, so that little post. Okay. All right. So there's stuff that you could work on there. Pre-practice, you should be doing this. The other thing the quarterback can be doing pre-practice, for about 3 minutes is you take a garbage can, okay, and you put it literally on the end line of the end zone, okay? And to work this drill, I'm going to simulate this as the garbage can. You want to take it, and you could have another quarterback doing the same thing. You guys can do a little competition of who can drop the ball closest to the can, okay? So catch the ball one step and then toss it up there to work on simulating the route that the F is going to run in Maserati, okay? So this is stuff that can be done in pre-practice so that the quarterback and the F receivers are all on the same page with regard to the Maserati concept. So again, taking balls, dropping them in the garbage can, boom, boom. All right, working on hitting that back pylon type of thing. So I'll move it over there. And just working on trying to get the ball as close to that garbage can, if not inside the garbage can. Again, pre-practice. Working on putting the ball at the 5-yard line, getting your drop, and working these cuts. The speed cut, the high angle corner, the fade, and the post. Okay? All of that stuff together, when we bring it together, is how we drill the mesh. So settle noose, pre-practice. Quarterbacks aiming for the back pylon, throwing the ball into the garbage can, having a little competition. And then quarterbacks working with the Fs. So when I drew up the other drill, okay, the starting or the number one quarterback that's named, all right, during the mesh drill where everybody's together, the one I showed you before this, you guys should take 5 minutes during that period and be working these cuts. So pre-practice, garbage can, close as you can in the garbage can. If you put it in, fantastic, okay? During the mesh drill itself, which is the drill I showed you, where everybody's getting a ball and all the routes are being run, and the guys meshing have to decide whether it's man or zone, okay? For the first 4 to 5 minutes of that drill, the quarterback, the number one quarterback and the number one F should be working on these cuts, okay, that represent the front side or the potential side where the zone corner has been identified, whether it's a speed cut, the fade, the high angle corner, or if we got heavy outside leverage, we're running a post, or the safety's coming down to try to rob the mesh. All right. Then we'll throw the post right over, right over top of his head. So that's the stuff that would go on simultaneously with the cuts, the different cuts. That's all going to happen during the other part of the drill itself, which is, again, where we're meshing and everybody's getting a ball, and the inside guys, the Y and the Z, okay, are determining whether it's man versus zone. So this is what's going on over there while the other drill is taking place. Again, the garbage can stuff, that's pre-practice drills that you can do. And then as time goes on from the 5-yard line, you move it back to the 10-yard line, move it back to the 15-yard line, and so on and so forth, okay? Again, Maserati, mesh, great play. 6 to 7 minutes a day if we practice it. Again, it's like anything else. It's like tying your shoe, right? It becomes seamless. It becomes easy. And again, it's a concept where it's like stealing candy from a baby. Coach C, again, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope it's helpful in our pursuit of becoming excellent at repping things and becoming masters of our craft. And look forward to seeing you guys out in the practice field. As always, thank you for watching. And if you have questions, you know where to find me. Until then, it's Coach C out. Peace.